In this lecture, we'll be taking a look at how we can create models using the database structure, basically scaffolding using the database. So what we have done is, over here you can see inside the package manager console, we have used this command scaffold-db context, and then we have to provide the connection string, and the connection string can easily be retrieved from the SQL Server Management Studio. If you just click on the connection string and go to properties, here you will see view connection properties. Clicking on that will give you the name of the server, and that is one thing that you need, and then the name of the database that you have to provide. So here in our package manager console, command scaffold-db context, and then we have server equal to the server address, then database as SkillBakery, and if you are using username and password, you can provide that. Here we are making use of Windows authentication, so we can skip that. Then trusted connection equals true. And here we are using the NuGet package that we installed in our previous lecture, Microsoft.entityframework core.SQL Then we are specifying the output directory. Here we already have an output directory with this name data, and we are generating the files inside that particular directory. Then we are saying generate the tables customer. So for customer table, we'll have our customer class created, as you can see over here. So once you will execute this command, you will see that it will start building it, and once succeeded, it will generate these files. So you have a context file and you have a model for the customer table. So customer.cs file is here, and if I show you, these are the exact columns that we had in our customer table. And if you see the context file, this is the one which we'll be using to perform database operations. So here it has got the connection string coming up. Now what we'll be doing next is we'll have our data access layer created. So that will basically contain a class with all the methods that we'll be making use of. For instance, we'll be having methods like displaying all the customers that we have in our customer table, adding a new customer, editing a new customer, and getting the details of a specific customer, and also deleting it. So all those methods we will be creating inside our data access layer. So here we'll have another class, and let's call it as customer data access objects.cs. Press enter, and here we have our customer DAO. Now let's go ahead and try creating some of the methods. The first thing that we'll be doing is making use of the context class that was generated. So here if you see, we have this SkillBakery context, so here we'll be making use of the same. We'll be creating it in this way, SkillBakery context, and then we'll give it a name. Let's call it as db context is equal to new, and then we have the context coming up over here. After that, let's go ahead and create one method which is going to return all the customers that we have in the system. So for that, we'll have public, let's say, list of customers, and we'll say get all customers, and inside this we will have a method implementation. We'll say return, then we'll have db context dot customers dot toList, and inside the catch block we can just throw the exception. Similarly, we can create some more methods, for instance adding, updating, deleting. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So here you can see we have now added customer method to add a new customer, we have added update customer to update existing customer, and we have get customer method which is going to get the details of a specific customer using its ID, and then we have delete customer which is going to delete a customer based on the ID that we provide. And you can see we are making entity framework, so it's pretty easy. We're just saving, removing, and then doing the save changes. So here you can see we are saying the customer has been updated. For that we have entity state.modified, then save changes. For new one, we are simply using the add method and save changes after that. Similarly, for delete, we are removing it and then calling save changes to remove a particular customer from the system. So in the next one, we'll see how we can make use of all these methods in our web application.